that you're going to have to do for histology. Tell the two apart. And it's not even that difficult, but it is a little bit more challenging. So what we have up here is the testes. And remember, the testes has seminiferous tubules that are tightly coiled. So when we cross-section the testes, what you're seeing is all these little tubes, cross-sections of these tubes. So that's what all of this is. This is cross-section of a seminiferous tubule, all these little tubes. And in the middle there, that would be where the sperm is traveling through the seminiferous tubules on its way to the epididymis. Now, when you look at the seminiferous tubules, I will magnify this. And what you're going to look for is, remember that the cells lining the lumen will not have microvilli on them. That's what you see in the epididymis, because the epididymis is where you do absorption and secretion. That doesn't happen here in the testes. Right? So these cells will not have microvilli. What you may see, however, are you may see sperm detaching from the seminiferous tubules. And sometimes that can be a little confusing. Sometimes the tail looks like a microvilli. So you have to tell the two apart. The other thing that you can really notice when you magnify this is when you look in the wall of the seminiferous tubule, you're going to see cells in different stages of spermatogenesis. You're going to be able to see primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, spermatogonia. And the way that you're going to tell that is because these cells are in the process of mitosis or meiosis, the chromosomes are real distinctive. You can actually see the DNA in there. And normally, when you look at a nucleus, you can't see the chromosomes in the nucleus because of how they're organized. But when cells are dividing, you can see those chromosomes. They're going to look like little tiny strings. And you won't see that in the epididymis because in the epididymis, you don't have cells undergoing mitosis and meiosis. You don't have spermatogenesis there. So if we just magnify this and find a good tubule. The other thing that you'll notice here in the testes is the lumen size is smaller than in the epididymis. So this right here is what I'm looking at. So again, that's a cross-section of a seminiferous tubule. The sperm would detach from the wall and then travel through the lumen. So again, when you look here, you want to see, do the cells that line this, do they have microvilli? And they do not. You don't see microvilli hanging off of the cell surfaces here. So that's one way to say, I'm not in the epididymis. What this kind of stringy little things that you are seeing here, those are the tails of the sperm that are detaching. And in some of the tubules, you might see sperm that are swimming through here. And that's kind of what you're seeing right here. But the other way to know that you're in the testes and not the epididymis, one, you don't see microvilli on the surface of these cells. Two, the lumen is relatively small. And when you look here in the wall, you can see cells at different stages of mitosis and meiosis. And again, the way that you can know that is when you look at these cells and you see the nucleus. This would be a nucleus, 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 or kind of like a nucleus. Generally, the nucleus is just going to be solid dark purple. But here, because these cells are undergoing cell division, you can see chromosomes in here. So those dark kind of stringy things, these are the chromosomes. And so because you can see that, because you can see these cells in different stages of mitosis and meiosis, you know that you're in the seminiferous tubules, you know that you're in the testes. Okay. So let's compare this to the epididymis. So let me get the epididymis up here.